Now, what's happened with our vaccine requirements? In the 1950s, there were 9 doses, 7 shots for 4 diseases. And just so you know how I count, the MMR vaccine, for example, is 3 doses, right? Measles, mumps, rubella, 3 doses, but it's 1 shot, okay? So 1950s, 7 shots. 1980s, 10 shots. At 10 shots, the manufacturers were getting sued so often, the government felt it was necessary to protect them from vaccine liability. Children now get 10 shots by the time they're 4 months old, right? By the time they get over 50 shots, by the time they're 18. Look at the spike in the vaccine doses. It's crazy. This is actually shots, not doses. In 2013, it was 50 doses and then 70 doses. Right? This is the New York State mandatory vaccines, 43 doses, 27 shots. Well, actually, on the list of the New York State mandated vaccines is tetanus. You can't even spread tetanus person to person, and it's still on the mandatory list. Okay? Here's the CDC recommended schedule: birth to 15 months, 33 doses in 22 different shots. They're not body weight adjusted. So a baby who's premature, as long as they're over 4.5 pounds, gets the vaccine. That 4.5 pound or 5 pound newborn gets the same shot as a 200 pound man. 18 months to 18 years, another 40 doses in 26 plus shots. Here they are, 70 doses, 50 shots for 18 diseases. It's a ton. Here's the actual schedule from the CDC website. An STD vaccine is given at birth, right? So at birth, they get the hepatitis B. So you get hepatitis B through sex and drugs, right? It's an STD. When are children going to become sexually active or drug active? 15, 20, 25 years later, right? Vaccines wear off. That's why you need boosters. Even if the hepatitis B vaccine was good, by the time they needed the protection, it would wear off, right? But it's still given at birth. At the 2-month mark, look what's given. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and maybe 7. So there's somewhere between 5 and 7 separate shots that are 7 to 9 doses. Why is it 7 to 9 doses? Because one of them is the DTP shot, right? Diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis. The SIDS is literally listed as a side effect on the DTP shot. In the 1980s, when all the vaccine manufacturers were getting sued, there was one vaccine manufacturer in the United States for DTP. All the rest of them were offshored. Now, guess when SIDS peaks? Right at the 2 to 3 month mark, right after kids get blasted for the first time with all these vaccines. You cannot make this up. And by the way, they can tell us how a mummy died thousands of years ago. 3,000 years ago, they know how a mummy died. They can tell us exactly how a baby died, whether it was their lungs, their brain. They know what's causing death. They don't want to tell us. Now, at the Global Vaccine Safety Summit in Geneva just this past December, right, 2019, there was a doctor from Nigeria who asked whether there has ever been any study on the cross reactions of the multiple antigens from different companies given to each other at the same time. AKA, have you ever studied what happens if there's a cross reaction from giving kids all these vaccines at once? And the short answer is no, we've never done it, but we do know that you should give them in different limbs. That was the answer he received, right? You can go look at it. Look at reference 54 when I send this to you. Look at here, this bottom left chart. You see in the United States, we give the most vaccines at the earliest age. We have the highest, right, bottom right, U.S. has the highest first-day infant mortality rate of the industrialized world. SIDS, upper left, this is straight from the PediaCell. SIDS has occurred in infants following the administration of the DTaP vaccine by chance alone. Some cases of SIDS are expected following the receipt of the PediaCell. Right? The Tripedia vaccine, also another DTP version, which was discontinued in 2011, listed both SIDS and autism in the pamphlet as a known side effect. SIDS, by the way, SIDS rate highest amongst our African American friends.